Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here in Las Vegas, being joined with Danny Garcia. Danny, I know this whole week you've been asked about this Pacquiao versus Thurman fight. A lot of people think it's a 50-50 fight. You were an analyst a few days ago on Fox. Do you see this as really a 50-50 fight?
Yeah, I see the 50-50 fight. Yeah, I think it's a 50-50 fight just because of the styles. Their styles are perfect for each other.
When you say that, like how so are they perfect? Explain on that.
Well, I say, well, Thurman's the younger guy. He's the stronger guy. That's his advantages. And then Pacquiao's the older guy with the experience. Thurman's the wider puncher. Pacquiao's the shorter puncher. And for that reason, I feel like if Thurman was so much of a wide puncher, I wouldn't give I would think Pac-Man wouldn't have a chance to win. But since he swings wide, I think Pac-Man's gonna be able to land the good punches, and I feel like that's why it's a 50-50 fight.
And then also in the exchanges, Manny's a bit faster as well, so that's not good when you're a wider puncher exchanging with a guy that has quicker hands, right?
Exactly. So that's why this what makes this fight so interesting. Is that reason? I think that's the difference between the fight.
When you hear Keith say that he wants to come and exchange with Manny and kind of bully him around, do you think that's a good strategy for this type of fight?
I think it will be. I think it will be because he's stronger. And if he fights the way he usually fights, like circling the ring, Pac-Man he's great at cutting the ring. That's another thing. He's great at cutting the ring. It's kind of like when he fought Cotto. Remember, Cotto was going around in circles trying to use lateral movement, and Pac-Man was cutting the ring and backing him up. So if Thurman does lateral movement and gets his back on the ropes, I think that favors Manny. But I think if Thurman shows he's the bigger guy and goes in there and bullies the older fighter and controls the tempo of the fight, pot shotting him, he could get Pacquiao frustrated and win the fight.
What do you make of how both of them look coming into this fight based on their two last performances that they had?
Well, he looked better in his last two fights. Thurman's coming off 3 fights where people thought he could have lost. One being me, many people thought I won that fight. A lot of people didn't think he beat Porter. That was a close fight. And then the last one, he looked bad. So I think Pac-Man has more momentum coming into the fight as far as looking better.
You having shared the ring with Keith, do you think he's the same fighter that you fought now?
We'll see. We don't know. I know a lot of people saying no because the way he looked against Josecito, but he was off for 2 years, so he had a lot of ring rust. His mind wasn't probably in the fight. His mind might be more in this fight, and he might have woke up for this fight better than he did in the last fight.
So how do you see it all playing out on Saturday?
I think whoever wins is going to be a split decision or majority. Yeah.
So you think it's going to be really close back and forth?
I think it's going to be a close fight because of the styles.
Do you think it favors Thurman split decision, Manny split decision? If you had to pick somebody, who would you pick?
Me personally, I think Thurman's going to edge it out. But for some reason in my heart, if it goes to the decision, I think they're going to give it to Pac-Man. Yeah? Yeah. In my heart, boxing-wise, I think Thurman's going to win by a little bit. But my heart keeps telling me that Pac-Man's going to win the decision.
So that's your gut telling you that Manny's going to win?
Yeah. I don't know why, but I think Thurman's going to win. But for some reason, I think Pac-Man's going to win. It's weird. You feel me?
So they're saying if Manny wins this fight, they want him to go into the winner of Spence and Porter. How do you think Manny would fare against those two guys?
I think he matches up better with Porter. But I'm here for the winner. I'm here for the winner.
State your case, bro.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. For all I know, I'm supposed to be in there tonight. This was promised to me.
What happened then?
I don't know. He picked Thurman instead of me. So
Why did he pick Thurman?
I think they said his style matches up better with Thurman than mine.
Yeah.
But I'm here for the winner of that. I don't know about that Porter and Spence stuff.
Yeah.
I'm here for the winner of this.
When are you going to come back? You had a great performance against Granados. You look the best we've seen you in, I think, your whole entire career. When are you going to come back?
I'm ready to keep the momentum going. I thought I was fighting Mikey Garcia. The fight for some reason didn't get made. I'll be in there October and November. I don't know who, but I know in 2020, I'm fighting the winner out of this, or I'm fighting the winner out of Spence and Porter.
With the Mikey fight, was it close to getting done, or where was it?
To be honest with you, I only heard about it one time.
Yeah.
I had one phone call about it. But the media was like, it was done. I don't know how it got out there like that, but there was a venue, pay-per-view, a date, and everything. I didn't even know about it. I had to make a phone call. Yo, is this true? We offered him the fight, and then they said they offered him the fight, and that's all I ever heard. I never heard nothing else.
So no one followed back either way?
I never heard nothing else. That's as simple as it get. I just never heard nothing.
He's here.
From nobody.
He's here. Have you had a chance to talk to him? And be like, hey, like, can we make this happen?
See, I don't know how like real the offer was.
Yeah.
So for me to go up to him and be like, yo, we're gonna make this happen. Like I don't know how real the offer was to him.
How serious it was.
Exactly. Because sometimes they'll ask you want to fight this guy, or this guy, and then you pick one, but they really know who you're winning to fight. So maybe they did something like that to him. But I don't know. You gotta ask him, to be honest with you.
I did.
They said they offered it to him.
I spoke to him,
And what did he say?
and he said that it was offered to him, and he never heard anything back.
Oh well, we're on the same page then.
So
I don't know. We gotta talk to somebody. Yeah. So that's pretty much where we at.
how do you guys match up in that fight?
I think it's a great matchup. Mexico versus Puerto Rico. I'm obviously the bigger guy, the stronger guy, and I think it's a great fight for me.
Style-wise, though, how so? What do you see there that makes it great for you?
You know, Mikey's not a risk taker. He's not a risk taker. You know, he has a good ring IQ. He likes to control the fight, but he doesn't like to take risk. And I think that benefits me because I'm more of a risk taker and I go for it.
Are we going to see you now fight a little bit more different, fight like you did in the Granados fight? Because your dad was telling me that you had a few problems in camp back with strength and conditioning.
I won't say I had no problems. I had good camps, but I think I just didn't give it my all. I thought I was just simply better, to be honest with you. Yeah.
So you didn't push as hard.
I didn't go as hard as I should have. Like, I had a great camp. I'm talking about in the actual fight. I didn't give it that extra, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just fought.
What fights were those that you were kind of like?
Probably my last, my last 4 or 5 fights.
So like a Thurman, Porter.
Before even that. Yeah. I was just going in there winning, like half-assing it. Yeah. Not training half-ass, but like in the ring, going hard, you know what I'm saying? And my last fight, I was like, these guys are not on my level. Like, Granados is not on my level. Well, I shouldn't let this guy, like on my way to the arena, I was a little nervous. And then I'm like, this guy's not on my level. Why am I nervous? So I'm gonna go in here and whip this guy's ass, and that's what I did. So it's like, it's all a mental thing, you feel me? I was like, this guy's not on my level. And that's how I felt, like Thurman and Porter. I feel like they're good fighters, but sorry about that. They're not on my level, you feel me? And I let them hang around.